Bourbon Trail, and our next stop is at Jockey Silks. Located in the famous Gall House Hotel, Jockey Silks has over 160 bourbons to choose from. We hop behind the bar with Chef Brian Riddle. He makes us join him in some bourbon on the rocks. Then Chef Brian tells us about their vast selection of bourbon.
We argue that we have the largest collection of all Kentucky bourbons.
Okay.
A few years ago, the actual standards for bourbon changed. At one point in time, it had to be made and had to be aged in Kentucky, and that's no longer true. So there are bourbons made outside of Kentucky now.
Okay.
But as far as Kentucky-made bourbons, we have the largest collection.
And you have about?
I think it's 162 or something like that.
Brian explains how the Julep and the Kentucky Derby take over the city for 2 weeks every year.
People come here and then go to the Derby and then come back? How does it work?
I mean, you name it, for 2 weeks, the city of Louisville is just action-packed.
Got it.
And I mean, we have everybody from, a few years ago, I think Queen of England was here, the Sheiks of Dubai are here. It doesn't make any difference what economic class you're in, where you're from, what language you speak. Everybody for 2 minutes speaks Kentucky horse language, so.
And everyone's drinking bourbon.
And everyone's drinking bourbon.
Today we're making a variation of the standard mint julep served around the Kentucky Derby. The Jockey Silk Mint Julep is made with bourbon, vanilla vodka, creme de menthe, simple syrup, cream, and mint.
We're going to be drinking bourbon in a second. That's something to get excited about.
Into a blender, drop several sprigs of mint.
But is this one sprig or is this?
That's like two good ones. You're aware.
Then add bourbon. While we have the bourbon out, Brian suggests we try it straight.
Gotta make sure the Woodford tastes right.
And then Brian tells us what makes Kentucky bourbon so great.
Basically what happens is we have the limestone water here in Kentucky, which really lends itself well to the distillery process.
The limestone water is what you'll cut the bourbon with. The limestone is like a natural filtration.
Exactly. I mean, so it's some of the best water quality in the country. And then the other thing about it is the barrels here, because of the seasons and the way our weather is,
right,
that they put them into rick houses, and it actually causes the liquor to move in and out. It's where it picks up the color from the charcoal.
Now you excited about what's in your hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Enough with the gab, it's time to taste.
What? That kind of party?
Now back to making the drink.
I didn't realize that was part of the drink.
Woo!
That's the best part of the drink.
Add vanilla vodka, creme de menthe, a squeeze of simple syrup, and a touch of cream to thicken the drink. Stare down the blender.
We're gonna make a bartender out of you yet.
And it's ready to serve. Finish it off with a nice mint garnish.
There you go, that ain't bad.
Or a garden of mint for Steve.
That one's yours.
Oh, that's Steve.
Wait a minute. I see a straw.
Chef Brian adds straws, challenging the guys to a race.
1, 2, 3, go.
Juleps are lined up, and they're off. Lamprey quickly pulls into the lead, with McKenna hot on his heels. Just like that, Lamprey drains his glass and wins the Jockey Silks Derby.
As a Southern gentleman, I like to savor mine.
Yeah, another signature cocktail down means another stamp in the book. Coming up on